Alrighty, so welcome to Real Estate Robot Army. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick. I am actually going on Zoom at the same time. So I have an audience of people who actually sign up through Zoom. So they might be talking or asking questions. You might not hear them because I haven't perfected the audio yet because I suck. I'm a newbie, right? But when it comes to doing things like this, I've always learned that you have to sort of uh, you know what is this? What does it say? Ready, fire, aim, whatever. You just got to go for it, right? Imperfect action, right? Because if you don't take action, you're not going to learn. So I'm forcing myself to do these classes live on stream in Zoom at the same time, so I can learn how to figure it out. And of course, I also learned just by tweaking, right? All right, so I really appreciate you guys being here. If you have any questions, go ahead and just ask it. You can always unmute yourself if you're on Zoom, or you can raise your hand or put a question in the chat, and I will address it. If you are watching through StreamYard, most likely you can ask a question on the stream that you're looking at, and it'll actually populate, and I can see it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start the show. At least when there's an evil dictator, that human is going to die, but for an AI, there will be no death. It would live forever, and you would have an immortal dictator from which we could never escape. This is a quote from Musk, who has said that he has concerns about artificial intelligence, August 7th, 2019. And I've actually been consuming a lot of Elon Musk YouTube, and a lot of it is about AI, and it's kind of frightening, the things that he thinks. And it's almost like he's actually going to be a part of it. So it's kind of ironic. All right, so what I want you to do, if you're watching, is if you can do me a favor and text Larry Lee, LarryLe.com to 832-606-2193. Again, please, just to help for participation, because a lot of the things that I'm going to show you requires that you do this step. If you don't want to do this step, that's fine. You're just not going to get the full experience. But if you want the full experience, I ask you and insist, if you could please text LarryLe, that's my first and last name, .com to 832-606-2193, please. And I'm going to make sure that this stream is actually, because last time I streamed, there was no sound. So I kind of messed up. So I want to make sure that the stream is working. If you hear my phone blinging, that's because you guys are texting me. So don't go crazy, okay? All right, there it is. And I'll explain to you what you're doing whenever we're finished with the texting part. Okay. I didn't even do a blast. Usually, I do a blast of people to whoever signed up. I blast them to invite them in, but I didn't even do that because I didn't have time. I was barely had my camera up, so I appreciate the people who did show up. All right, there it is. Okay, it sounds like the stream is working, so I'm very happy because my last stream, the sound didn't work, and that was my fault. So it looks like there's more participants. I'm going to go ahead and add them in. Promote the pin list. And then, okay. All right, so the reason why I'm asking you to do this is because two reasons, actually. I want your information, right? And it's funny because back in the days, I used to have a business card. And when I say business card, I'm talking about an online business card, okay? And the online business card would actually it would actually ping me, right? So you would text not the phone number, you would text like a 5-digit number. So you would text Larry at this number, whatever, and then it would actually ignite or engage with my online business card. I paid $99 a month for that service. Okay. Ironically, all it really did was it made the person opt in their information, and then it gave me some pings, right? And I thought to myself, well, why am I paying for this when I could just pretty much do the same thing, make them text my phone number and make them text my my website. The reason why it made you take my website, because my website, the LarryLe.com, actually leads to my it's not a link tree, it's link bio or something like that, but it's like a Linktree wannabe. The reason I stopped using Linktree is Linktree, for some reason, it was blocked whenever you clicked it on TikTok. So I went to this one. But basically, a Linktree is a landing page. And the reason why I want you guys to see this is because this is how I communicate my information to clients and to potential referral partners. And I'm trying to show you guys what you can possibly be doing. Okay. Instead of like giving someone an actual physical business card, which they might lose, you tell them, hey, can you please just text me this email, this address, and you can get my online card. Well, in reality, it's just me telling you to text my link onto your phone so that it's on your phone now, and you click it, it opens up this page that you see in front of you, and now I have your phone number, right? And I'm going to be able to cross-reference that with your information when you sign up and everything like that, and I can figure out everyone. And I actually use this to follow up with people after a class, right? So like after I get do a class like this, maybe the next day or the day after that, I go, hey, thank you for attending my class. Did you have any questions? Da 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 da. And I start a conversation, right? And this is like almost me kind of hand feeding myself my follow up for the next day. So let's say you're doing a first time homebuyer webinar or seminar or whatever, and you get people to text you. Well, now you know who to follow up with immediately, right? So that's kind of the method that I'm employing. But I do give you value. I do provide. So I'm not telling you just to text me your information just to do it. I'm texting you an asset for you to explore. And if you look at it, it has my YouTube information, but I also in the middle you see I put free resources for real estate agents where you can join if you want to. It's there. And then at the very bottom, it has all my information. I actually say there's many ways to contact me. You can call me, text me, email me. You can fill out this form, whatever, right? And then all my social media is on the bottom, right? Basically, I have no excuse but to hear from you if you want to reach out to me, because I give you pretty much 20 different ways to reach out to me. Okay. So that's the point of that. But I'm going to kind of get into that a little bit more as we move along, right? Social media 101, how to do social media better than 90% of the competition and make your time, effort, and money count. Now, before I get started, does anyone have any questions, or does anyone have something they want me to address? Because really, this class is for you guys. So if there's something like a topic or a question that you want answered or addressed, I'm here to provide that for you. Really, you guys run this class. Okay. So does anyone have any questions? You can unmute yourself, or you can put it in the chat, or you can comment if you're watching through the stream. TikTok. Okay, we'll move along. I'm pretty sure there'll be questions as we continue. And I'm just adding people who are on the call. I'm just adding people, attendees, whatever. Okay, quick social media game-changing tips. Number 1, treat social media like a radio station, okay, or a TV station. What I mean by that is, how does a radio station work? A radio station provides enjoyable, entertaining music a couple times, and then they have a commercial, and then they play more enjoyable, entertaining music, and then they play a commercial. Same thing with TV, right? If you're watching like a sitcom, you're gonna see maybe 5 minutes of TV, and then you'll see a minute of commercials, and then you see another 7 minutes of TV, and then you'll see 2 minutes of commercials, and then you'll see another 5 minutes of TV, and then you'll see 30 seconds of commercials. You have to treat social media that way. Okay. What I mean by that is you can't just bombard your social media with nothing but commercials. Like, you can't just talk about business, right? But you can, if you want to, just give a bunch of content or entertainment. So if you don't want to talk about business, you just want to post memes or post what's funny or post personal stuff, that's okay. That's actually the better than the alternative, meaning posting nothing but business. Okay. And we'll actually address methods on how to do that later. Number 2, learn to build momentum for important posts. So what I mean by that is, let's say you have something you want to announce. Let's say you have a new listing, right? Let's say you have an open house. Let's say you maybe you sold a house for 10% over asking, whatever it is that you want to announce, right? And you want to post about it. Most people tend to just post it immediately. They just go, you know what? I'm going to talk about this because it's cool. I'm celebrating. I'm going to post it right now. When in reality, you can actually create an environment where you actually get more eyeballs and more engagement on that particular post if you time it correctly. And there's methods to do that. One of them is to basically post a bunch of stuff that would get a lot of engagement, like a meme or something like that. That would be that'll get a lot of people to like and comment. And then after that, post your important business post, because the way you are sort of programming Facebook, you're telling Facebook, the algorithms, is that I have a Facebook timeline that's entertaining, that people like to engage with. So when I make a post like this, people engage. So whenever you make the post next, Facebook will make a bet on you and actually share that to more people than they would on a normal situation, because of the performance of your previous post. Okay. So I know it's kind of weird, but really, when you post on Facebook, you should really be thinking them as in relation to each other. You really should be thinking that they're all connected. So my morning post is the same thing. My morning post is related to my afternoon post, which is related to my lunch post, which is related to my before dinner post, which is related to my night post. It's all related somehow. It's all connected. I'm trying to plan it all together. So I literally like have an average of 6 posts a day, and I plan them all out. Either that, or I know what kind of post I'm going to post, and when it comes time, I'll come up with it. Right. So learn to build momentum for important posts. Number 3, it is okay to share still good content. What I mean by that is if you see a good meme, a good joke, or something that is, like maybe there's news about real estate, I think it's okay to share and steal it. In fact, I think people who give you shit for sharing something that's, overshared, I think they don't understand marketing, because they might see that post a lot, but that's probably because they're connected to a lot of people who are in the industry, but their friends are not the same friends that you have. So your 5,000 friends are not the same 5,000 friends that they have. So it's okay for you to share on your timeline, because you are in front of a different audience. Okay. And there's more reasons why it's okay, but I think that's the main reason why a lot of people give you shit. And I'm telling you why you shouldn't worry about that. Okay. You should think of your posts as micro content. A lot of people think that social media is a light switch that you turn on and all of a sudden business is going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't work. That's not how social media works. It is a grind, right? It is a touch point. Okay. Whenever you are working with a client, whether they're buying a house or listing, there's going to be multiple times that you engage with them before you actually close the deal, right? That's the same thing when it comes to actually getting a lead or a prospect to convert into an actual client. You have to touch them multiple times, and sometimes it requires daily touches, right? Just staying on top of mind, right? I mean, that's why you see billboards. Billboards are there to touch the person daily, right? So you have to think your posts of as micro content. You can't look at it as like the game changing post that's going to make you all this money. That's not how it works. Okay, it's a journey. Okay. Number 5, go back to old posts and re-engage. What I mean by that is Facebook allows you to go back in memories and look at old posts. Well, a trick that I do, especially on posts that are popular, is I actually will go back and re-engage with them. I'll actually comment saying, I can't believe I posted this last year, or I'll put LOL, whatever, and I'll actually wake it up. And therefore, Facebook is programmed to realize, oh, Larry has a very engaging timeline. Let me go ahead and give more weight to his next post. Okay, it looks like someone's asking a question. Brad's asked, will there be replay? Yes, I'm actually streaming, so there is a replay. Of course, I'm recording this as well. So yes, there will be a replay. Okay. Number 5, go back to, actually I already said that. Number 6, engage on other posts before making your post. What I mean by that is in the morning, I know I'm gonna make a post, but before I do that, I actually go and look at other people's posts. I go in and I comment and like on other people's posts. Okay. Especially if it looks like it was posted the same time, meaning like they posted it 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, an hour ago, whatever. Right. The reason why is because I'm trying to create almost like a rapport, like on the social media, there's a term for, I forgot, but there's something where Facebook recognizes or acknowledges a connection with other people, right? So if I go with someone's page and I like and comment, and then they react to it, then there's a high chance that when I make a post, my post will be shared into their newsfeed. Okay, so you're kind of putting yourself in a better position when you do that. So I actually engage first before I post. So actually, for a good 10 minutes, I'll actually engage other people's posts before I make my post. Okay. Number 7, ask others for engagement whip groups. Now, this is kind of an organic method that I wouldn't say is dead. You can still do it, but it's not employed as much anymore. And that's like being a part of, let's say you're a part of a team of like, I don't know, maybe 5-10 agents, right? And you make a really important post. Maybe it's a post about a closing or open house. You can ask your teammates to go in and like and comment on it, just to kind of give it a little bit of a boost on social media. And at the same time, it just looks better, right? I mean, nothing's worse than posting something that you think is really cool and important and no one is liking or commenting it, right? And Facebook is kind of funny. They actually might squelch a post if it gets no engagement in like the first minute or so, or maybe even less than that, or maybe a couple minutes. I don't know. I look at 2 minutes, okay? So if I make a post and 2 minutes doesn't do anything, I'd wait for another 5 minutes. If it doesn't do anything, I actually would delete it and repost it, or I'll post something different. Okay, so the whip allows you to sort of give yourself a head start. Again, it also looks good. Okay, but of course, it's unnatural. It's kind of a manipulation. But I've used those in the past, and it's been really useful. Okay, number 8, do not share links ever. When I say links, I'm talking about a YouTube video, I'm talking about a website, an article. Facebook does not want people to leave their platform. So when you share a link, you're basically telling Facebook you want people to leave Facebook, and Facebook doesn't like that. And because of that, they're actually going to take points away, and they're actually not going to really share your post no matter what. So what I do, if I really want to share like certain link, whatever, I'll actually do a screenshot of the actual whatever page you're trying to share. I'll post it, and then I'll put the link in the comments. Okay, so I'll say, "Holy crap! Look at this! Look at this guy! Craziness, whatever." Link in the comments, right? And then I'll make a screenshot of the page, and I'll actually put the link in the comments if I really want to share it. But I really don't share that many links. Okay. Number 9, become friends with buy, sell, trade group admins. Now, this is probably my favorite technique that I don't think anyone really thinks about. If you are part of a local group that you're really active in, maybe it's a group that has something to do with your hobby or your neighborhood, whatever. I would try to befriend the people who run those groups because in a way they have power. That's their little city, that's their little town. They're the mayor of it, right? It's their territory. And if you can sort of become like their confidant or their buddy, maybe you can become a moderator of the group. Maybe you can actually become an admin of the group, or maybe they'll just allow you to post because they like you, right? For instance, let's say it's a group where they don't like spamming, they don't like advertisements, so they delete all the crap. But you happen to be friends with the admin. Maybe they'll let it slide whenever you make a post about your business, or you can ask them permission, or you can engage with them and negotiate. Hey, how much would it cost for me to just make a couple posts for a week about my new listing or whatever, right? But I think that it's okay to engage with group admins, and I think most people don't take advantage of that that method, right? Number 10, start your own group. Okay, of course, it's better to own your own group, but the way I look at it, it's a lot harder. So, like, let's say you, I don't know, you're part of a mom group, right? It has like 50,000 members in it. It's a lot easier to just join that group and just kind of take over, become like one of the popular cool kids, become friends with the admin and sort of just become like the go-to person when it comes to real estate in that group versus trying to start your own group from scratch and trying to get the 50,000. But I think you should do both, right? Because I do have groups where I have like 10, 20, 30,000 members. And I have groups where I'm an admin of a group that someone else runs or owns that has up to 100,000 members. Okay. So I think both of those methods should be employed. Okay. All right. Next. Best time to post on Facebook. I'm not going to get too deep on this. You can probably Google this, and it actually might be different now because this is from last year. But basically, they're saying that middle of the week, and they're saying in the middle of the day is the best time, right? So maybe a little too early, right? 6, 7 might not be good, but 9, 10 might be good. And this looks like it's across the board. And maybe you don't want to post anything at 9, 10 p.m., right? So that's Facebook. Now, this is also telling you the best time to post on Facebook. And this is kind of different. It actually kind of go against what they say, but they're saying 9 a.m. through 1 p.m. and 3 p.m., right? Which I actually might agree with this, right? I think 4 p.m. is actually better. I'll tell you why 4 p.m. Because that's when everyone is like no longer working, right? Like 9 to 5, at 4 o'clock, they're done. They're trying to wrap up. They're just waiting for that 5 o'clock to hit on the dial, and they can get up and leave, right? So they're not trying to do more projects. They're hopefully all their emails are cleared, and they're just waiting. So they're getting on their phones, they're getting on the computers, and just getting online and just kind of browsing. So I think that's where there's a high level of engagement, because if you think about it, if they get home and they have wife and kids or whatever, they might be too busy, right? But if they're at the office and they have idle time, that's when it's the best time to kind of get in front of them, right? Because they're doing nothing else. They're not present anywhere. They're just on their phone, right? So I agree with that. This is another chart that talks about, the kind of businesses and when would be a best time to post. B2C is in business to consumer. B2B is in business to business, software business, healthcare business. So I think there's something to be said about the type of post, the type of business, and when it gets the most response. So I think it's worth considering that as well. Okay. Again, another sort of differing, theory, right? People say that weekends get the highest level of engagement on this one, but on the other one, if you remember, showed that the weekends didn't really get that much engagement. See, so who knows who's correct? I like the weekends because I think the weekends, it's almost like everybody. I mean, let's put it this way: it's just like when I did door-to-door sales. I always went where the money was. Right, Monday through Friday, they're at work. Saturday, Sunday, they're at home. Right. So from my perspective, Saturday, Sunday, people are on the phones doing nothing unless they're engaged with something like maybe they're mowing the lawn or whatever. Right. But if they're not, even if they're watching TV, they're probably still on the phone. Okay. So I actually sort of agree with that as well. Okay. All right. Learn to use Facebook profiles and pages correctly. Now, I'm going to share these slides with you guys, but I'm still going to read what it said because I think it's important for me to literally verbalize what I believe you should be doing on social media. Okay. Uh, Advertising that you're fake, do not make two profile pages, and a second robot clone will betray you. What I mean by that is I know there are people out there in our business who has a personal page and a fake business page. The personal page is where you look at cat videos and you share pictures of your kids and grandma and all that good stuff. And then you have the polished page where it's your headshot as your profile and all you do is post about your listings. I think that's really bad. I think that's really um, it's counterproductive. Number one, you're focusing your energy on two different parts, and you shouldn't. And number two, if someone were to search you and they found out that you had a second profile, whatever, they're not going to trust you. They're going to think you're not authentic, right? I think it's a requirement in order to engage with people on social media. It's a requirement to have your clients be able to actually friend you, like the real life version of you, the real account is yours, because let's put it this way. Just think about it from their perspective. If you were working with someone and they friended you and you look at their page and you see like it's definitely a business page, you're going to get zero value out of that. There's no reason for you to be a part of that, right? And they can't stalk you because you're post nothing personal in there, right? But if you friend them and the first picture is a picture of your dog and they relate to that, then you might actually get something from that. You might actually get a rapport or a connection, or they might comment and like, right? So when it comes to Facebook, you should never have two profiles, one personal and one for business. If people were to stalk you and use social recon, they'd find out you have no problem. They would think you're fake and lying to them. So you have to be selling yourself, not what you do. So accept this and make your personal profile your primary business page. What I mean by that is make it public, right? And if you are like, well, I don't know because I don't know if the post I post, I don't know if I want people seeing it. Well, then you shouldn't be posting that shit, right? If your word, yeah, go ahead. Well, two things. Number one, you can actually separate your friends list in categories if you wanted to. So if you had that issue, right? The issue of you have friends that all over the place and they wouldn't relate to whatever you're posting, then you can actually change your settings on your post to go to a specific group. Okay, but that's too much work for me. I don't. I'm 100% public. The way I am is if you're on my social media, you're gonna get me, and that includes anything about real estate or mortgages. So if you don't want to be a part of that, get off my Facebook. That's the way I look at it. Okay, because I'm using Facebook to make money. I'm using Facebook to generate business, right? And really share my story, right? To me, Facebook is my public journal. It's who I am. It's what I'm thinking, right? And my life is in mortgages. My life is in social media. My life is in Texas, but I'm also licensed in other states. But my life also involves my children. My life involves my wife's food. If you don't like that kind of stuff, then you need to unfriend me and get off my Facebook list because I have 5,000 friends. It's always 5,000. I need to make room for other people. That's the way I look at it, right? So if you want to use Facebook on a high level to generate business, okay. Again, a lot of people don't want to do that. Then this part of the class is not for you. Okay, then you have to find another way to generate business. But I'm just telling you the way Facebook works is Facebook rewards engagement, and it rewards a high level of entertainment and high level of intention, right? And you have to be intentional. And I'm telling you, the business page where you post nothing but business stuff, no one engages with that crap. So you're basically posting for no reason. It's almost like the tree that falls and no one's there around to hear it. That's what's happening. So when you post on your business page, no one's watching that shit anyways. So you're posting in vain. You're basically wasting your time, right? Whereas if I post on my personal page where most of my entertaining posts are in, then that's my commercial that comes in, right? And again, if you're concerned about those people getting turned off, then why are they watching your show, right? Remember, TV show, commercial, TV show, commercial, right? Not every single commercial I see on TV is for me, right? This happens a lot on YouTube. I see a lot of videos that has nothing to do with me, but I'm watching YouTube still, right? Same thing with what do you call it? Spotify, right? I'm listening to Spotify, and then a commercial comes on, it has nothing to do with me, but I'm still going through it because I'm listening to Spotify, right? So that's the way you have to look at Facebook. Again, the first thing I said, you have to look at Facebook like a radio station or TV show. Not every single post is going to be for your entire audience, but the majority of it will be. Okay. So hopefully that answers your question. Again, I'm really passionate about it, so sorry if it seems kind of intense the way I answer, but that's just the way I look at it, right? Yeah. hmm If you want to separate, you can. Which and I do separate my group a certain way just in case I plan to do that. But the way I look at it is like, listen, I'm a DJ, right? I have an audience of 10,000 people, 5,000 friends, 5,000 followers. I just need to make them all dance, right? I'm gonna make them all dance. I'm not gonna try to play different rooms. I'm gonna play like 5 different tables. I have one table. I have one set of speakers. Everyone's gonna dance. This is what my song is. This is what I'm spinning. That's the way I look at it, right? I don't have enough bandwidth to try to be too particular, you know. Um, so again, if Facebook finds out that about a second business page, they will delete it. What I mean by that is if you have Larry Lee and Larry the mortgage guy Lee, and there's two different pages. Facebook uses like the what do you call it, the face recognition, and they know that you have two profiles. They'll delete the second one, or they'll delete one of them, right? So you gotta be careful, anyways, with that. So let's put it this way: what I'm saying to you is like you probably have a page that's under the radar, meaning not it's not getting much engagement, so Facebook doesn't notice it. But let's say you succeed in making that second page really popular, right? So now you have two pages going, right? If Facebook notices that you have two pages going, they're like, wait a minute, this person has two profiles. Nuh-uh, we're not going to allow that. We're going to go ahead and block both of them. So there's no point in investing to a second page because you can never get to the point where it's worth it. Because once it gets worth it, Facebook's going to delete it. That's why they're really particular about like your birthday, and they make you submit your driver's license if you try to open an account. They only want people to have one account per person. Okay, I get away with multiple because I tricked the system, and I built groups pages before Facebook got sophisticated enough. But yeah, I really don't use multiple pages for any reason. I just use it to admin pages and groups and stuff like that. But whenever I post everything on my only page, my main page, the one that you guys know. Okay. No, the algorithms is huge on your personal time. In fact, that's what Facebook dedicates most of their time into. Facebook spends. Go ahead. No, Facebook just shares it to more of your friends. Like, let's put it this way: you have 5,000 friends. Not all 5,000 people want to see your post, right? The people that receive the post are what Facebook believes, based on their system, is going to give you the most reaction, right? It's a big game that Facebook's playing. Facebook's literally trying to send people shit based on what's being produced. Okay, so there's two parties at play right here. There's the producers or creators like myself and you, but then there's also the lurkers or the stalkers, people who are consuming. So you got consumers and you got the people creating, right? Facebook's trying to pair that up, right? So whenever I make a post, I create a post, Facebook's going to serve me 10 different consumers that they think will engage with my post. Whatever engagement comes out of it, they're like, okay, you know what? That was a pretty good response. Let's go ahead and share another 10 consumers Larry's post, and another 10, and another 10. This is how things go viral. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you're trying to do. So you want your friend from another state to engage, even if it has nothing to do with the post. You know what I'm saying? Because it tells Facebook, wow, this post is being engaged from someone who doesn't even is not even in the same area or whatever, right? Or maybe someone who never engaged with your post, and all of a sudden they're engaging. Facebook sees value in that. They measure everything. You know what I'm saying? So any kind of engagement, even if it's bad, is actually good. Again, this is how things go viral, right? Facebook, Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and TikTok, they don't serve your content to all those people at once. They serve it to a small group, and then they look at the response, and then they decide if they want to share more and more and more. That's why pages eventually die off, or posts eventually die off. Like they stop being engaged because there's something that's more engaging that took over. You know what I'm saying? So that's, yeah. It Facebook really wants you to make posts and people to like it, and Facebook rewards you for it. So you do want people to like your page, and there's a system at play with that. Okay. All right. Are you a secret agent? You should make your profile and what you do public so the robots can sell you properly. Do not make your profile secret, and please put what you do for a living. What I mean by that is there's real estate agents and loan officers where you go to the page and you can't tell what the hell they do. Like you have no idea what they do, right? And that is literally costing them money. Okay. Because let's put it this way. Let's say you are the only real estate agent for this person that you're connected with, like the only real estate agent that they know, right? But whenever they engage with you, you never talk about business, you never talk about whatever, and they go to your page and they don't know what you do for a living. And now that you need to buy a house, they don't have you on top of mind. They're going to go and Google, right? But if they engage with you and they know you're a real estate agent and they've seen you make posts about real estate, whenever they decide to buy a house, then you're going to be the first one to think about, because you're the only person they know on their Facebook timeline that is a real estate agent. And I'm telling you, it sounds weird, but there are people who don't have any friends. They have 50 friends, they have 100 friends, they have 200 friends, whatever. And you're the only person in their friends list that's actually in real estate. You know what I'm saying? So not to annoy them, but to make sure that they know that you're the person that they should talk to whenever it comes to real estate. I have friends from high school who I haven't talked to in 30 years who reach out to me because I'm the only guy on their friends list that's in mortgages. Or at least I'm the only one that's being loud about it. Okay. But yeah, I have people, like I said, 20, 30 years, I haven't talked to them, and they're applying for a mortgage through me because I'm the only guy on their timeline. And they're not big on social media. Maybe they're always in the field. Maybe social media gives them nothing because they're in a business, or they're in a job where it requires no social connection, right? So they're just having me on Facebook just to keep up with their friends and family, and they see my post about mortgages, right? My commercial, right? So yeah, don't be a secret agent. If you do this, not only are you screwing yourself out of money on a daily basis, you are also making potential clients think you are ashamed of what you do if they know you're a real estate agent, that is. What I mean by that is if they know you're a real estate agent but you don't talk about it, then why? Well, why aren't you proud of it? Why aren't you wearing it on your sleeve, right? You got to be proud of what you do. It is better to brand yourself as a realtor and talk about personal/casual topics than to hide what you do for a living and talk about business professional topics. What I mean by that is better to brand yourself and then, share cat memes than to make your profile a secret and you don't put anything, but you post listings, right? It doesn't work that way, okay? Plus, you want to be searchable, right? If you make your profile public, you're searchable. Whereas if you're not public, you're not searchable, so they can't, people want to stalk you, right? I mean, I know I would if I'm hiring like like an insurance guy or someone to build my house or whatever. I'm gonna stalk them on Facebook to find out if I trust this person, if I like this person. If I don't, I'm not going to use them, right? And if I search them on Facebook, I can't find them. Then I'm like, what's going on here? Why does he have a Facebook page, or why is his Facebook page private? It's kind of weird, kind of strange. It's kind of suspect, right? So you need to wear your heart on your sleeve, and of course, represent. Be a good person. Be someone that you can be proud of. They always say something like, "Don't I wouldn't wear this. I wouldn't get caught dead wearing this." Right. The idea is don't post something on Facebook that you want to be caught dead, and that's the last post that you made. Right. So post something that if you were to die and stop posting, you would still be happy about that post. Right. So if you're concerned about what people are seeing on your social media, you shouldn't be posting it. Right. So that's at least my mentality. All right. So are you boring people to death? Your business page is one big brochure / infomercial, and nobody pays attention to these robots. And we've actually already talked about this. Do not depend on your business page to promote what you do. This is a good place to put useful articles, images, infographics, and promotions, but then share it on your personal page. And I'm talking about the business page itself. Okay. Look at it this way. Your business page is an infomercial that no one will watch, but your personal page is like your reality show. Learn to use that as an opportunity to drop a few commercials about what you do and what's important to you. Look at TV, newspapers, radio, and other websites as an example. Sandwich your advertisement, which should be only 15 to 35% of your content, with entertaining content, 60 to 85% of your personal newsfeed. Okay. And I don't want to get too long. I was going to do like maybe an hour, but if you guys have questions, I'll stay longer. Okay, but I'm gonna go ahead and just try to power through the rest of the slides. I have about 19 minutes left. Okay, so real estate Robot Army tip number 3: marketing is a conversation. Learn to send messages, but also learn how to receive info and data. Okay, and that's the reason why social media is really cool, because you are getting feedback constantly when people like and comment, right? I know who is watching. I know who is interested. Just like when I asked you guys to text me my online business card, and I put quotation because I don't have an online business card. I have a landing page that I made you text to yourself or to me. It leads you to my landing page, which leads you to my private groups. Instead of simply handing you a paper business card, which you will more than likely lose or throw away, I made sure you got it in your phone, which you won't lose or throw away. At least not on purpose. I need to change that. It's a typo. At the same time, I now got your cell phone number via text. I got your name, number, and email via my online business card and Zoom. I got your Facebook profile via Facebook groups, and you guys don't know this, but I actually pixeled my my landing page. So if you were to click it, now you are now officially pixeled, like your phone, your device, you are now pixeled in my Facebook. Okay, so I'm tracking you right now. Okay, so I'm gathering data. I'm listening. Again, it's a conversation. Right? I'm not just making posts and just going crazy with just everything that I'm trying to create. I'm actually gathering data at the same time. Okay. Build systems that leads buyers and clients to provide information. Let the robots gather the data for us. Just like I did with you guys enjoying this Zoom call, opting in my online business card and adding me as a friend, or possibly following me and pixeling you. I now have your information and can use it to connect with you and provide you value and information. Imagine how powerful this would be if you did this to a group of 30 to 100 buyers if you did a presentation to, right? And so what I mean by that is I'm trying to demonstrate to you guys what I would do if I was to do a first-time homebuyer webinar or seminar, or live or in person or in Zoom. This is what I would do, because you're not only making sure that you are sharing it enough so that people look at it, but once you share it, people are actually opting in, right? Like I told you earlier, I now have whoever many people texted me, I have those people to follow up now, right? It's going to be fresh on my text message list. So it's already literally fed to me who I need to follow, right? And if you were to get your audience who are home buyers to do the same, then you automatically now have their information. And number 2, you can follow with them easily. Okay. So just kind of almost in real time demonstrating to you what you can do for your business when it comes to Zoom calls and social media and such, right? Okay. You should have a CRM or drip program that constantly sends messages automatically to your database, but also reads their behavior so your army of robots can adjust its messages and actions. One of the biggest complaints or problems most salespeople or businesses have is that they do not have time, the energy, the money, or the technology know-how to follow up and keep in front of their database or list or collection of leads. This is a problem. What I mean by that, and you probably hear this all the time, it's not really about getting leads. It's about the follow-up. Money's in the follow-up, and none of us want to do it, and none of us are good at it, right? For the most part, right? As stated in the webinar, 1.5 to 2.5%. I didn't really talk about this. This is actually part of another class. But if you think about it, the statistic, this is from Carl White from like a podcast. 1.5 to 2.5% of your database is currently participating in some sort of mortgage transaction. So basically, if you have 1,000 friends on Facebook, anywhere between 50 and 25 people are currently in a mortgage type of transaction. That's the statistics. Okay, your sphere, right? So if your sphere is 5,000, then you have up to 100 people in your sphere that are engaged in some sort of mortgage transaction. Okay, um, so the question is, why are you not the one managing this transaction? Okay, or you are giving away your commission to someone else and leaving more money, referrals, and in general valuable parts of your market on the table if you are not employing some sort of communication to your database. Don't lose money that you deserve simply because you don't take the necessary actions to mine your database. Okay, leverage your social media to be one of the most powerful robots. And what I mean by that, when I say robots, I'm talking about technology. I'm talking about assets. I'm talking about automation. Right? You can leverage your Facebook to be the most powerful robot, most powerful technology or asset to have, right? Facebook is an amazing tool. Facebook is an amazing tool. Yes, that is how I view Facebook, a tool. Okay, not a social media platform for me to stay connected to my friends, watch stupid videos of cats being kicked off the bed, or world star hip hop fights. Facebook is my CRM, at least on the prospecting side. The way I see it, my friends list is my database sphere of influence, and my posts are my drip campaigns or programs. So what I mean by that is every single time I make a post, I'm actually dripping, right? I'm actually, you know how like whenever you put someone on a automated drip campaign, you're sharing newsletters or market reports, or hey, just wanted to say hi. It's been a couple of months that we've talked. Those are lame. Those are prescripted. Those are obvious, and those are like spam. My drip campaign is my post. My drip campaign is my pictures of my son every single day. My drip campaign is the pictures of my wife's food. That's me dripping on you guys, right? That's me dripping on my referral partners and potential clients. Okay. The way I look at it, Facebook is my way of staying in front of my clients. Okay. I keep on dripping, and people raise their hand and message me, tag me, or straight up call me from Facebook asking for help on a mortgage. And this happens all the time. People will send me a message. Hey, Larry, I know you're the guy when it comes to mortgages. I have a question, whatever, right? It happens all the time. So I get a lot of inbound mortgage prospects because of what I'm doing on social media. Okay. People are intimidated or feel awkward using Facebook to prospect. And I think that's a huge mistake in perspective and approach. I view Facebook like it's my neighborhood bar. I visit every night after work, and all the patrons are potential buyers. I am constantly making friends, having casual conversation, and making jokes, and sometimes getting a bit too fun. But I'm always dialed in, and my intention is to always try to extract business, whether I'm targeting someone like how I target you guys with this webinar. Thanks by the way, or if you're just marketing in general. Again, some of you guys saw my ad and naturally led yourself to this group or webinar. Again, thanks by the way. If you're not getting any type of business or referrals via Facebook, you're definitely doing it wrong. Okay. Tip number 5, and we still have 12 minutes. Now, before I move on to this tip, does anyone have a question? I know I'm moving kind of fast. I probably should have cut this down, maybe, because I want to do like maybe 30-minute classes and then do a Q&A. Not really an hour class in the Q&A. I really want to stick to 30 minutes. All right, cool. So no question. I'm moving on. Build your friends list by adding your perfect customers. Perfect customers. Okay. So how do we do this? You need to figure out who. Yeah, go ahead. I post a business post once a day. No, once a day. Once a day. A business post. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Once a day, without fail. So what I mean by that is I have 5 posts, and I could probably tell you most of them. Right in the morning, I post some sort of deep thought or a dream, like what I dreamt about, or a deep thought, or some sort of complaint. Right, that's the morning because I'm trying to relate to everyone who's watching, who's looking at the face. Because obviously, when I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, the other people are up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they might not be feeling great. So I'm trying to vibe with them, right? Like, oh, I feel like shit. Like today, I put like thank God it's Friday, right? And I'm hoping to vibe with people who also feel the same way. So I post that, and then I post a picture of my kids right after school. So I post it around 6 o'clock, 6:30, and I post around 8:30 for my kids, and then around noon I post some sort of meme or something funny if I can. Now, if I get a lot of traction on the first 2 posts, I actually will change that and actually post a business post earlier. But I try to keep the business post around 4 o'clock. Okay. So I post like a meme, whatever. I'm hoping, and what I'm doing is I'm trying to ramp up. I'm trying to build that engagement. And if I get a lot of engagement, then I'm going to make my business post, which might be, I made a post earlier. I got 3 appraisals that all made value, right? That's a business post that I made. Okay. It doesn't have to be about something in particular. It could be, I mean, something as simple as like I'll post something like, I just did a live stream, and my audio was bad, right? That's a business post. You know what I'm saying? It's also being real about it, but being human about it. It's about, it's almost like you're watching a day in the life of Larry the Mortgage Guy, right? It's a business post, but it's meant to be personal. It's meant to be casual, okay? Because no one's going to sit there and watch and pay attention to me posting about rates every day. Right? I can't post about rates every single day. People will unfriend me. They will block me if I post nothing about rates, right? Today's rates have gone up. Today's rates have gone down. Whatever, right? It's not going to happen. So I have to talk about the things that are going through my mind being in this business, because that's something that they don't know about. That's something they don't get. That's something they cannot get from anyone else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm almost like opening my life as a loan officer to the public, right? That's the way I look at it. Okay. So again, once a day. Now, if I post like around noon and I don't get much traction, I actually try to make another post that will get some traction before I make my business post. I try to avoid making my business post until I believe I have a little bit of traction. What I mean by that is if I have a higher than normal engagement on the post that's previous. Okay. So I literally am constantly trying to get as many eyeballs as possible on my business post. Now, you might not get engagement. That's okay. It doesn't mean that no one saw it. It just means that no one wants to engage with it because it's a commercial, right? So if you're posting about a particular listing, right, you might get that much engagement. But if you post it after a popular post, more than likely people did see it. A good example is how many times have you put a video and you have like 100 views, but only one like? That really means that 100 people saw your video, but only one person liked it. So that's why I use the rule of thumb. If one person likes my post, that means at least 100 people saw it. If 5 people saw my post, at least 500 people saw it. Okay, that's the way I look at it. At least 1%. Okay, so again, if you make a post and no one engages with it, or you get one piece of engagement, just know that there's a chance that people saw it. They just didn't want to engage with it because why would they, right? Like, I'm gonna like your meme, but I might not like your business post because it has nothing to do with me, right? Or I'm not interested, right? All right. So moving on, build your friends list by adding your perfect customers. Okay. You need to figure out who your perfect customer is. Once you figure that out, you need to find out how to find them, right? So perfect customer meaning like what kind of clients are you looking for, right? Maybe you do a lot of probate. Maybe you do a lot of divorce type situation, right? Maybe you want to join a divorce group. I don't know. I'm just giving you ideas, right? Maybe you're a single parent and you want to join other single parents, and that's your ideal client because you just kind of gel with them, right? My best advice is the people you've already sold, for the most part, those people should be on your friends list no matter what, because they are your perfect customer because they already bought from you, right? Obviously, they like you enough to buy from you, so they're definitely a part of that group, right? And then they will become your true referral partners because they bought from you, they trust you, and it makes sense for them to justify the purchase they made from you by endorsing you. Also, if you can, and I can't do this as a loan officer, but you guys might be able to as real estate agents, bird dog your customers, meaning find a way to entice them to reward them if they refer, right? That's why I have like the little thing. I can't do as a loan officer. It's like illegal. It's a RESTful violation, whatever. But when I sold cars, that's how I built my car business. I actually hired the entire sales service department, people who actually worked on the cars. I said, if you bring me a customer, walk them to my door, and I sell them a car, I'm going to pay you $100. And like literally every day, service was walking customers to my door. That was my way of lead generating back when I sold cars. Okay. And it was worth it to me to pay $100 just to get the customer because I would make money off of the sale anyways. Right. So that's my way of paying for marketing. Okay. And I pay $100 all day long for a mortgage company, client. I can't do that anymore. Right. But that's just an idea. Right. Learn to build your raving fans and reward them for it. Okay. I hear this all the time, and it kind of upsets me because people they say this, but they don't justify. Right? They say posting closing photos is lame, right? Or it's stupid. Like, don't do that. You look unprofessional, whatever. I think the fact that they say that they don't know what marketing really is. I'll give you an example. Okay. Whenever I post a closing photo, or let's say my client, which is even better, right? If I post a closing photo, my client posts a closing photo, they're more than likely going to get a lot of likes from their friends, right? Like, congratulations, or, you just bought a house, or hey, I just bought a house, whatever. They're going to get a lot of likes from their friends. Okay. What I do is I actually go and friend all those people. Okay. Again, hear me out. I'm already friends with the client, right? Like, whether we found them after, like we found each other's Facebook after they applied for the mortgage, or they found me, or they worked with me because they found me on Facebook. However it is, we're already friends with Facebook. So what I do is I I hope that they post, and I'll ask them, "Are you gonna make a post, whatever?" But if they don't, then I'll make the post and tag them. And whoever likes the post that's their friend, I will friend them. I will send a friend request. Okay, that's my way of cold calling. Okay, because if you think about it, if they see me tagged or they see me posted the post, and I comment or I try to friend them, I actually will like every single one of their comments. If anyone's commenting, I'm liking their comments, so they see my name pop up anyways, right? That's why you see Larry Lender. Okay, but also if I can, I will friend them, right? And if they accept my friend request, well, then now I just got I would consider a warm lead. I'll say, hey, thanks for adding my friend. I saw that you engaged or you liked the post that we did with whatever. She's your friend. I'm the one who helped the house. So if you have any questions, let me know about mortgages. And I actually treat it like a business transaction. I don't treat it like, hey, we're friends, I'm going to stalk you. More like I friended you because you liked my post, a business post. You like my business post, and I just want to offer my services to you. It's like my way of giving my business card to that person because they showed up. It's like going to a closing party, right? Or a housewarming party, and you're seeing all the friends, you're giving them a business card, right? Let me introduce you to my neighbor. Let me introduce you to my mom. Let me introduce my cousin. Here's my card. Here's my card. Here's my card. It's the same thing, right? So I love closing photos because it gives me a chance to find out who they're connected with that actually might engage, right? So I go, you need to make sure that you make a sale with your customer. You should take a photo, make a post, tag your customer, and make sure it isn't on their page. Oh, that it's on their page. The people who like and comment on the post, I would add those people to your friends list. They are friends of your customer, so it makes sense to introduce yourself to those people. Treat it like a cold call with a referral. Hey, I just did this business with your friend, and I just wanted to introduce myself in case you need the same service or product. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I've actually closed deals that way. Okay. And because I'm friends with the person, whatever, the trust is already there. They can always be like, yeah, your friend or your mortgage guy, Larry, added me. I'm thinking about buying a house. Should I talk to you? Yeah, oh yeah, Larry's great. Right. It makes it so much easier. And that's how you should leverage Facebook and social media. People aren't doing this. People are not doing it correctly. You see what I'm saying? So I am literally trying to get first generation, second generation, third generation referrals off of every single client and every single deal that I do using social media, because social media allows, you know how much money people who are marketing 20, 30 years from now would have paid for this kind of data, for this kind of access? You're getting it all for free and no one's taking advantage of it, right? Because they're afraid it'll be awkward or it's cringy or whatever. No, this is business. Okay. Again, it's a cold call. Someone will reject the ad, meaning if you add them and they don't accept, okay, whatever. The conversation's over. You made an attempt to cold call them, and they said no. Now, if someone accepts your ad, that's the person's way of opting in your marketing and sales presentation. Again, my Facebook is my marketing campaign. It's my drip program. So if they accept my friends list, they've officially opted into the Larry Lee Show, and Larry Lee Show is about my life and mortgages. Okay. And in fact, it's easier to do this when making actual calls, sending out emails, and even go to the door. And why the hell not? Because it seems stalkerish. This is social media. Let's get rid of people randomly add each other all the time. So if you create a buzz about a sale and people like it and comment, it's the perfect time to leverage that victory to advertise yourself. Do it. You will thank me later. And I'm serious about this. If someone that you help celebrates you helping them with a house purchase or whatever, it is the hottest time to try to get more customers. You see what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, if you, let's say 100 people like that post and you friended 100 of those people, and 5 of those people ask your client, hey, this guy, he just friended me and he's a mutual friend of ours. How do we know? It's like, oh, that's my mortgage guy. Oh, and maybe your client will sell you to that person. And of course, I would actually let the client know. That's what I plan to do, right? Hey, if you make a post, I'm going to, of course, post it on mine and tag myself, but I might reach out to some of your friends as well. Is that cool? And then if they say no, then of course you don't do it. But if they say yes, then why not, right? I'm getting questions here. Can you recap the beginning? If this segment, my phone is wigged out. Got to go another Zoom class in a minute. Okay, no problem, Brad. Again, we will have a replay. Can you recap the beginning if segment my phone is wigged out? I'm not sure what you're asking, Michael, but it's all recorded, so you can always go back, and I always send the replays to anyone who attended the calls. So hopefully you can get access to that, but you can always reach out to me if you don't get what you're asking for. I think you can through the replays, though, okay? All right. Let's see here. Hopefully I'm almost finished. Build your friends list by working groups. Maybe not finished because this is a pretty big one too. You should go to where customers are at. In the Facebook world, the best way to find a certain type of person is to go to Facebook groups. I go on to explain how to approach joining groups and farming prospects inside these groups. Again, I suggest using your personal real profile to engage these people and be casual and friendly, not salesy or overly professional. Like again, if you're a single parent and you just tend to want to help single parents, I would join those kind of groups. If you're into cars, I would join car groups. Whatever, right? Whatever it is that you have a passion for, something that you can relate to, someone that something that you're actually authentically involved in, then you can make a whole bunch of connections and friends that way. Again, we're talking about the perfect client, right? So you should join groups that interest you. That way you can enjoy yourself in subject matter. And the subject matter, ultimately, you'll find the perfect customer due to the fact that you are connected through your passions, whether it's religion, politics, gaming, hobbies, etc. I also suggest using engaging or entertaining posts to get attention. What I mean by that is memes or whatever. If someone likes or comments it, I'd add that person, right? So if I make a post and someone likes or comments, I would add that person because that person is part of the group where I believe my perfect clients are at. So I'm trying to build my database of the perfect clients, right? In a way, the fact that they engage in your post, they give you permission to respond to that engagement. Again, it's another cold call, but I consider this a warm call. I compare posting a meme compared to sending out a mailer. Many will see it, few will respond, engage with the people who respond, okay? Tip number 7, referral partners are your friends. Find out who your referral partners might be and start adding them as friends, not the obvious ones. For example, if you're a car salesman, adding other car salespeople who work at different cars might make a referral partner. But I think you'll find more value in adding service writers, mechanics, and wreckers, and tow truck drivers, insurance adjusters, and other people in the business where they will know at the ground level when a customer is in need of a car. Look at leads where they don't even know they will need your services. If you're adding leads who already know they need your services, then you're already competing against others in your industry, like when you buy a Zillow lead. So, for example, if I go to a real estate group, right, and I'm trying to, when I say real estate group, I'm talking about a group where like there's real estate agents and there's clients, right? Like first-time home buyers club or whatever, right? You're competing against every other loan officer and every other real estate agent in that group. So when someone says, I'm trying to buy a house in Texas, you'd have 30 people commenting, here, I can help you. Here's my card, or this person's the best. You're competing. That makes no sense. Right. So you need to try to find referral partners or join groups with referral partners that aren't as obvious. Right. Again, let's say you're big on divorces, right? Or whatever, right? I would actually friend and try to get connected and try to join groups with divorce attorneys. Right. That's kind of an example of what I mean by like trying to think outside of the box when it comes to referral partners. Okay. And then build a bird dog system around your referral partners. Tell them that you pay them $100 for any customer they send you that buys. All of a sudden you just hired a salesperson / marketer and you only pay them after you get paid. Right. So what I mean by that is you're actually building a sales force by doing the bird call system. And again, you don't pay them until you actually get a deal. Right. To me, that's like the best way lead generation should be is like, you don't pay it for the marketing until it actually converts and gets you a commission, right? Number 8, search for friends. You should search hashtags or keywords, engaging people who post or comment. What I mean by that, I actually would type, like a word that might relate to my business, right? Maybe there's a neighborhood that you're thinking about. Maybe you're part of a or maybe you're near a neighborhood that's being built, right? A master plan community. I would type that in and I would actually stalk the posts that people make publicly about that. And I actually would engage with those people. I'm actually searching for people who talked about the topic that I think would give me business, right? So I'm as a friend and tell them I was searching the internet for potential customers and you popped up. Because I found you on Facebook, I can give you the Facebook special or the internet pricing special, whatever it is that you can come up with, right? Again, this is why it's so important that you use your personal page and not your business profile. Because if you have your business adding people, they would know you're trying to sell something and therefore they would deny your ad request or ignore you. But if it looks like a personal page, then they might think, oh, this person just wants to be friends with me. Okay. You have 5,000 spaces in your friends list, and you should add as many people you can who may fit the suggestions I made for friends. The quicker you do this, the quicker you will see how much an impact your social media will make on the growth of your business. And don't worry, once you get an audience, they will add you, and you will have too many friends, and it will become followers, which has actually happened to me. Okay. Number 9, be intentional on social media. How can I use this to make more money? Well, social media is one gigantic conversation. Okay. Do you want to waste time and energy just posting randomly with no end in mind, or do you want to create a high CRL as a click rate optimization? That's an actual measurement by posting content that will lead to a call to action and increase your opportunity to convert. When I get on social media, it's all intentional. I am either gathering data or building my online footprint, aka Real Estate Robot Army. Meaning that's what the Real Estate Robot Army is. It's about building a gigantic online footprint and automating it, right? I'm creating clones of myself in my marketing. For example, when I type LOL, I actually type with a lower capital L, capital O, and a lowercase l instead of like capital L, capital O, capital L. The reason why is because LOL lowercase stands for loan officer laughing. Capital L loan officer, capital O officer, capital L loan, capital O officer, and lowercase l laughing. So every time I LOL, I'm intentionally branding myself. I'm selling myself. And people actually ask me, why do you do LOL? Or why do you say LOI? It gives me a chance to talk about myself. And the main reason why I did that is because I hate LOL. I think it's stupid. I think it's lame. When I first saw it in AOL days back in the 90s, I was like, I'll never do that, right? I do ha 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 ha. But I knew for the sake of efficiency, I had to be willing to use it. But then I found a way to use it in a way that will actually benefit me, which is this. Again, it's all about intention, right? Number 10, every action leaves a footprint. You are programming your brand every single day. Again, let me repeat that. You are programming your brand. Okay. Every single time you make a post, every single time you make a video, every single time you comment on someone, every single time you you join a group, whatever post you make on social, TikTok, Pinterest, whatever, you are programming your brand. Okay, the Real Estate Robot Army is an actual dynamic branding. Imagine everything you do on social media, whether it's posting a meme, liking someone's comment, or doing a live video, is literally writing on your digital daily journal. Better yet, pretend you are on the Truman Show and everyone is watching. What impression do you want to leave? Also, what traps are you setting for future opportunities? When I say traps, I'm talking about like posts that gets people to engage, like, and maybe even sign up for something, like I did with this Zoom. Okay, this is an epitome of the robot army. Everything you post and upload is a potential robot you basically program to represent and work for you. Are you programming them correctly? I think I'm almost done. Hopefully, I didn't really think it was going to take this long. Close the customer where they want to be closed. Yes, I am almost done. Sell them first where they found you. Okay, the biggest problem most marketers have is that they're trying to migrate the customer. Keep the customer in the comfort zone. So what I mean by that is you'll have a customer who find you on Facebook. They'll opt in. They'll give you the information because they need to give you the information in order for them to get whatever it is that you're offering. But they found you on Facebook and you're trying to get them on the phone, right? This happens all the time. When someone puts on a Facebook group, I'm looking to buy a house. Can someone help? And everyone's like, give me a call, right? Here's my number. Give me a call, right? The person made a post on Facebook. You need to engage with them on Facebook. Comment on their post and say, how can I help you? Or send them a message. Engage them where again, sell them first where they found you. Okay. You didn't sell them. Let's put it this way. If I made a post asking for help and someone put their phone number, that's the last person I'm going to engage with about helping because they just kind of dropped some information and walked away. I'm looking for someone who's actually engaging with me right now on my post, especially since I'm getting notifications for it. Right. So sell me first there, and then if I am impressed by you, I might actually call you. Just like in this situation, you must sell the customer where they want to be close first, and then you can migrate them, move on to the next step. You can upgrade them, right? So you keep the customer in the comfort zone. The customer will reach out to you where they are most comfortable, which is why conversion from social media lead generation is so tough. If they opt into your lead generation assets on Facebook, then obviously Facebook is where they are most comfortable. If someone reaches out to you via Messenger, why do you force them to be on the phone? Meaning, if someone sends you a DM and you go, well, here, give me a call, you're literally saying, I don't care where you want to talk to me. I want you to call me. And you're making them work to connect with you. That's stupid, right? Marketers do it all the time, though, okay? So broker trust first and then migrate to the phone once you sell yourself. So basically, convince the person that you are their guy or gal, and then if they want to move on to the next step, they will take action. In my case, fill out an application, right? Now, let's put it this way. It would be really bad if someone said, I'm thinking about buying a house, and all I did was drop a link to my application. That would lead to nothing. I'm looking to buy a house in Texas. Here's my application link. I didn't even sell them yet. And I'm already expecting them to give me something, right? No, I have to engage with them. I have to show that I'm a professional. I have to show that I care. I have to show that I understand their situation and I believe I can help them, right? And if that's the case, then they might be like, okay, what's the next step? And then I give them my online application. And usually I try to do it via email because I want the email address. And I also want their phone number. So I actually text it to them as well, right? Because again, it's a conversation, right? But I don't, it's like trying to get laid on the first date, right? I mean, some people might be able to do it, but in reality, you have to get on the second, third, fourth, fifth date first before you can actually try to, get them to bed, right? I know that's a really rough analogy, but I can't think of anything else, right? I think people will basically just go for it too quickly. Okay, all right. Yes, I'm almost finished. Get the customer to fall in love with you first. This is the reason why most people fail in lead generation. They think conversion, conversion, conversion. They do not think about what the lead wants. Maybe the lead just wants information, or the lead is shopping you against someone else, or the lead is genuinely interested but needs to trust you first. Either way, us agents and loan officers fail because we just want to push them to a 1003 application before we even sold ourselves. Would you trust someone you found on Facebook that called you with your social security number? Then why do we expect that from our leads? What I mean by that is, if someone called me out of nowhere, say, "Hi, I got your information from my Facebook page. Let's go ahead and start an application. What is your social security number?" Am I going to give that person my social security number? No, right? I don't even know who this person is, right? So nobody wants to drill. They want a hole, okay? And that's why they own a drill. So you have to sell the hole first, and the drill will be a requirement to get the hole. So that's when you can close them on getting the drill. So basically, hide the salesperson. Okay, stop trying to close people who aren't ready to be closed. Okay, what I mean by that is, if they need to buy a house, get them convinced that you are the person to help them with that first before you try to get them to sign anything or fill anything out, right? You have to hide the salesperson part, right? You have to stop trying to close people who aren't ready to be closed, and for goodness sake, broker trust and sell yourself first. This is why it's so important to be authentic on social media. This is why it's so important to be public on social media. This is why it's so important to be yourself and allow the public to see who you are on social media, because you are selling yourself. You're selling who you are, not what you do. You're selling who you are, right? And then once they are ready to buy you, then you can sell them on what you do, meaning being the salesperson. Okay, so close them on trusting you, and then you can sell them anything. Okay, all right. So again, Robots LLC, and this is actually a presentation I actually do for most real estate agents whenever I'm doing like a lunch and learn or whatever. So that's why this part of the presentation is here. But I'm gonna go ahead and go through it because I don't have any other way of closing it. But yeah, if you work with us, you can be part of Robots LLC. We're a six-figure marketing agency. We have generated over 50,000 leads for our clients. 200. We have over 200 marketing clients. We have virtual assistants that actually work for us. Actually, my company, Robots VA, have thousands of hours of real estate related production. We've coached, trained, and presented to over 100,000 real estate agents. Okay. The Larry Lee team is built for immaculate communication. That's the number one complaint we've heard when it comes to loan officers, is because the communication sucks, right? In the Larry Lee team, the team does the loans and I do the follow-up, right? We provide a private IDX, a home search, and we also build a perfect referral follow-up system. And if you need to refer to lenders, well, there's going to be two soon, because there's me and there's going to be my transaction coordinator who's about to get licensed, okay? How to start? Set up a strategy mastermind meeting with us. Reach out to us and say that you want to grow your business with us using the kind of strategy that we're discussing here. Okay, we need you and want to earn the right to be your partner. Okay, these are just testimonials, so I'm going to skip through those. You can always see that whenever you get the PDF that I sent out. This is the team. I got my transaction coordinator, just me. Norma X is me, is one of my loan officers. Pamela Daniels is a loan officer with another branch, but she's my Spanish-speaking loan officer that I refer business to. And Mariko, she is my production manager. She makes sure that the loans go smoothly, and if there's any issues, she's like the fireman. She puts out the fires. Okay. What's happening next? We'll be discussing the perfect social media schedule. That's what I plan to do in the next class. Hopefully, it's a lot shorter. But if you do need help with anything else beyond social media, please let me know. I'll be glad to help you. Now, does anyone have any questions? 12 hours and 15 minutes, and I actually sped read, so I need to cut that class down for sure. Appreciate you guys being guinea pigs as I try to perfect this. Anyone have questions? Yes, Rachel, you can get a copy of the presentation and set up a strategy call. That's what she asked, if she can get a copy of the presentation. I will definitely send that to you. No other questions? Okay. Almost finished here. What was your biggest takeaway? Does anyone want to share something they learned that maybe they didn't know before they attended this class? You can comment it, or you can unmute yourself and say it if you want. I don't know if you guys are asleep or not, but hopefully someone's still there. Anybody? Rachel says that I need to be working with you more. I appreciate that. Yes. Sorry, kids at school. House is loud. No problem. Yes, and I would love an opportunity to work with you, and of course anybody that is interested in this kind of method of growing your business, because it's kind of like my passion. It's kind of like it's my jam, whatever you want to call it, right? I've never said that before. I don't know why I said it just now, but if you're interested in this kind of uh, relationship or this kind of process, I would love to have a conversation with you guys because uh, I think it's better when a loan officer and real estate agent get together than if we're separated. What I mean by that is if we come as a unified front, as a team, we refer each other, we promote each other, we give testimonies for each other. I think it's more effective when you're talking to a new client than if it's separated, right? So I think it's good to market together. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Okay, next. My gift for you. I have list reports. I actually use Cecilia as an example here. But list reports is free for you guys. And what it does, it creates like websites and flyers for your listings. And even if it's not your listing, if you're doing an open house, you can actually put the listing information in there and it'll actually create a flyer for you. And it actually, of course, co-brands me as well. But that's all free if you want to be a part of it. Okay. Also, I have a CRM that I manage and own called FUBOTS or FUBOTS. It's a very intense, aggressive follow-up system designed for, I would say, top of the funnel leads that are not referrals or people you've done business with, but people that you may have generated through Facebook or Realtor.com, whatever. I actually would love to help you follow up with them because, in a way, if you allow me to follow up with your leads, you basically just gave me leads as well. So I would love to follow up with them. Okay, and I do that on a high level with a lot of my referral partners. And we might have a class about that in the future, but for now, just know that I have a really aggressive, very effective, simple CRM that you also can get access to. I can actually create an account for you to get in, and you can see everything. Okay, free social media training. Of course, I provide this anyways, but it's something that if you want to engage with me, of course, I'll get on a more deeper level with you, especially if we're growing our business together. Okay, so I actually used to run my own social media coaching. I charged for it. I no longer do that. I actually am working on just trying to share as much of my information as possible because I think it's actually more valuable to me to touch as many lives as possible than to try to get paid on the few that are willing to pay me, right? So you get free social media training if you hang out with me. Okay, you can contact us. This is my transaction coordinator's contact information, and this is my information. And again, I'm going to share the presentation with you guys. So just remember, if you want my information, it's going to be at the very end. Okay. Let's work together. Let's follow up on your age leads. Let's do some marketing together. You know, again, the open house flyers. You can attend our social media masterminds, which I'm going to do every single Friday. I also provide listing boosters as well. We have a private IDX if you need it. And I do have event space, you know, if you're local. I do have event space if you want to do like a first time home buyer or FSBO seminar, meaning, you know, you want to actually have a live event where you invite potential buyers. I have space for that, and I would love to be a part of it. But yeah, the end of the conversation is, you know, the Robot Tinker is a sci-fi reality. I actually believe that it's a little bit of both, but I think that a lot of people will get, how do I put this? They'll get aged out because they're not keeping with technology. So I'm trying my best to not only keep up with technology, but also help my referral partners and my teammates keep up with technology as well. So I really appreciate you guys being on this call. Sorry I took you here, keep you here longer than expected. I was only going to keep it in hours, about an hour and 20 minutes. But I will probably polish this class and teach again later on and make it a little bit easier to consume. But again, I really appreciate you guys being on this call. This is Larry, the robot maker, robot general. I'm out. Thanks, guys. See you later. Oh, there's a question. Oh, someone's saying thank you. Rachel saying thank you. Thank you, ma'am. I'll talk to you later.